Chris Orr from Chris Orr Photography. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to cover one of the questions I get asked most regularly when I'm in workshops or studio nights or creative events, and it's why do I not just use a plain softbox, why do I add a grid? So for me, lighting is all about control. I prefer to have as much control as possible over the shape and the type of the light I'm using. So most of the time when I'm working in the studio, whether it be using plain reflectors, softboxes, strip boxes, beauty dishes, everything, I'll tend to work with a grid. I like to create an image with quite a lot of contrast. I like to create something with quite a lot of definition in there and really chisel out shadows and use a jawline, cheekbones, things like that to have a really good effect. So today we're going to have a quick shoot with our model Alex. We're going to do some comparative images between using the softbox without the grid and putting the grid on there too. So we've now brought Alex into the scene. You can see on the softbox here we're using a 90cm Octabox. Now what that's going to do is spread the light around all over behind Alex onto the wall and give us a sort of a nice soft effect on the face. So I'll give you an example of what we're going to shoot. So as you can see from the shots here, it's a nice even coverage spreading on Alex's face and on the wall behind as well. But now what we're going to do is add the grid and just see how much contrast we can draw out of the image and really accentuate the cheekbones and the jawline. So you can see I've now added the grid to the front of the softbox. Now what the grid does is channel the light. You can see the grid here is about 2 or 3 centimeters deep. Now, if the light's facing you, that's great. You can still see the softbox, which means the light can still see you. But as you start to turn that away, you can see now you can't see any of the front of that softbox there. And that's the way the grid works in terms of channeling the light. So what we're going to do is pop this in exactly the same position we had it for the first set of shots. All we're doing is adding the grid. We're not going to change the power of the light yet. We're going to do a very quick comparison to see how much light adding that grid takes away. So you can see from that first set of images there, the main difference between the first set and the second set is how much light is hitting that background. Now because we're channeling this light directly on Alex's face, we're not getting loads of still in the background, which is already creating like a natural vignette in the frame. Now looking across a few frames here, what I wanted to do is create a bit more definition, so we'll start to chisel out the jawline. Because the light's coming from one side, we're coming from about 45 degrees, pointing slightly down on Alex. It means along this side of Alex's face we're starting to get a nice shadow under the jawline, which is the sort of effect we want. Now, for these shots I was shooting at 640th of a second, at f3.2, I'll put that information down here for you. What I'm going to do now is lift that shutter speed a bit higher and try and kill some of the ambient light. We've got a big window here, so we've got a lot of natural light coming into the frame anyway, but I'm going to take that away now by lifting my shutter speed and using high speed sync a bit more effectively. So I'm going to lift my shutter speed to 1/2000th of a second. I'm also going to drop my aperture in terms of compensating for that. I'm not going to change the power on the light there, but I'm going to drop my aperture down to f2. So you can see by lifting the shutter speed there, it's reducing the amount of ambient light in the room, which is giving me a lot more definition in the face and allowing me to create a little bit of a Rembrandt, as you see on this image here. So a very simple effect. Again, we haven't moved the light, we haven't moved the modifier, we haven't changed the power on the light. All we've done is add the grid and then just use a little bit of the high speed sync just to help us create a little bit more of a dynamic image. So again guys, very simple technique you can use with one single stroke in the studio. I'm Chris Orr from Chris Orr Photography. Thanks for watching.